Hello, vicarious mercenaries, proxy ninjas, and pop culture PhDs. Welcome to the Rec Room. Happy Metal Monday to you. Hope you've had a good weekend. We are back in action with actually a mostly regular schedule this week. We'll at least get two out of three quasi-scheduled days in. Maybe we'll see what Wednesday looks like. Get something extra in before Thanksgiving holiday. I hope you got some good plans for that too. But yeah, there's a lot to cover tonight, so. Sometimes, as is common around here, the first stream of the week, especially following when we've had an actual event, a lot to cover. So buckle up. We'll get to that here in a second. But if you are new to the Rec Room, this is the coolest corner of the internet where you get the rundown on what's going on here with Enforcer Media Productions, and whether that be through project updates or creative insights. And you also get the breakdown on what makes our favorite franchises tick in the form of commentary and, of course, the long-running video game deep dives. So essentially, this place is a hangout to see what it's like to build a franchise from scratch, from the ground up, without industry support. And yes, after this weekend, it seems like without much pop culture support either. So I'll get to that rabbit trail here in a second. So first things first, we do actually have some adjustments in the numbers. So thank you very much to our 2 new follows over on Odysee. So I did reach out last week to Odysee to figure out what was going on, because I noticed that some members have still been able to boost their content, and that's something we had previously been able to do up until they started making some changes to the back end stuff. And I'm like, okay, what's going on here? And they at least informed me of one of the features still available that strangely I was not aware of or not paying attention to. So now that I am aware of said feature, I'm going to go back to doing what I can to at least resume boosting our content on Odysee, even though it's a feature that's still going to get removed because they're still trying to switch out the old crypto blockchain for the new one in the future. But as long as it's still there and as long as other people are using it, I'm going to do the same. And it made a huge difference because thank you very much for all the views that we got on Odysee for Metal Slug Tactics. But not only that, we did our first Resident Evil 5 episode for Cooperative Laboratory, and that got almost 40 views. So that's a lot for Odysee. It's not often we make it out of the gate getting double-digit views, let alone getting close to 40. So thank you to everybody who's been hanging out with us, checking out some of the other variations that we've had going on in our streaming content. Overall, November's been a quiet month, primarily because I think October and November has been a lot of inconsistency and I guess air quote soul searching to figure out what the plan is going to be. So I can understand that we haven't been as consistent in the growth for the last few weeks, but it's interesting that for a while there it was looking like YouTube was taking the lead, especially when YouTube's been the toughest algorithm nut to crack. But I think YouTube and Odysee both leading the way for November, which obviously is coming to a close here pretty soon. Had an anomaly even on Twitch that I thought I saw it drop one today, but I couldn't find anything. So I think what could have happened is there's a couple unusual accounts out there that kind of disappear and reappear. I don't know if they get temporarily banned, and I don't know if that affects the numbers, but of course, we got a couple bots out there still following us. So as far as I know, none of our OG people have gotten bored with us. So I appreciate everybody who's hanging out, whether you're watching Odysee, Twitch, or YouTube. Glad to have you from whichever platform. So on to updates, and I'll get the short stuff out of the way first here. So hard to believe, down to 2 days worth of work left, about 11 pages left to edit on the first draft for Book 2 in the Firewall Protocol saga. So that means, unless for some reason I get an interruption in the next couple days, I might have to work on Thanksgiving, which I don't really foresee happening. But be done with the first draft, and then we're going to be switching from marathon mode to triathlon mode. And I'm not I was not much of an athlete to begin with, even in my younger years, but I am definitely not the kind of athlete to be doing a literal marathon, let alone triathlon. But mentally, that's what we're going to be going into, with a number of phases and projects and aspects that need to go into the final touches of getting the next book finished. And there's going to be a lot to cram into the next few weeks, but that's what's going to be going on next. So in terms of audio progress as well, I finally made some progress today. Because I got a little busy, and last week we had, again, with Cooperative Laboratory and getting ready for our show. I didn't do as well, but I got back on that today. And so I'm about 2/3 of the way through the polish editing, and that usually kind of is like the review process to make sure everything sounds like at the right pacing. find anything that doesn't sound good. And then if I get time this week, hopefully I'll be able to get the second round of recording done. So it could be a couple days out of November, but I'm really hoping to be done November if possible. But again, we've got one other thing coming up, Black Friday. So I guess I'll even mention that before we get into discussion of the show from this weekend, that this Friday, November 28th, 2025, we'll be doing another episode of Last LAN Standing. And the tradition always was with friends long before streaming was to do Splinter Cell. And I always like to refer to it as Blackout Friday, because a lot of, sneaking around the shadows and trying to snap mercenary necks from behind. But we're not quite doing Splinter Cell this time around because we have done that at least a fair amount. We're going to try to get caught up with some other titles, one of which we've only done one episode so far, which would be Frontlines Fuel of War, and I'm expecting possibly a crowd of 8 to 12. Now, the studio is only going to be set up for a max number of 6 players, but that's sufficient because of some of the larger maps, so I'm hoping we'll have most of the usual suspects. Some may or may not make it in time, but anywhere of the list, if you've watched any of our Last LAN Standing, we should have Call to Stealth, Tactical Turtle, I believe even Soundman and Professor Doom might be joining us, along with Leet Hacks and Helix, and hopefully, if they're able to join us, T-Myth, Cool Daddy Smooth, and Punisher. So we could have quite the turnout for this one, so I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, more work to be done even on a holiday week, but that's okay. We're gonna do what we gotta do. So yeah, let's talk about this weekend. So for those who've been watching know I usually talk about when and where we're going to be at local events, most of which this year have been art and craft shows and local vendor markets and, when possible, pop culture stuff. Well, this weekend was what I'm calling our first official Comic-Con in the form of Bluewater International Comic Con in Port Huron, Michigan. It's right at the I don't know. Man, I'm gonna not even mention the waterway just because I'm gonna screw it all up. But it's at the Bluewater Bridge, the one you see here in the middle picture. You can look over the water, and that's Canada. So that's how close we are. And I guess my short version is not happy with the day of how things went. And I guess the reason I'm gonna go for this is not to gripe for the sake of griping, nor is it to complain about the good things that happened either, because there was a few good things, and there always is. It's always a matter of trying to find the lining. The challenge has been this year of really trying to figure out, okay, well, we've got a franchise here. How do we start building an audience for this? And I was excited. I was really looking forward to this, thinking this is it. We're finally, going to break into the pop culture area. We've had, even with the other pop culture events, I'm like, okay, maybe there was other parameters of why those didn't do so well. And I think this event has solidified, I hate to say it, and I'm not going to pick on anybody in particular or anybody who's watching, but I really am getting the sense that the pop culture crowd has no regard for trying new things or supporting anything else in the realm of what they like if it's not what they already know they like. Because we did an anime con this year, and I've done 3 small events, which I'm going to refer to them as like toy and comic swap meets more than anything else, because they didn't have an artist alley, no celebrities. They're just half-day events, and people show up and buy used stuff, and that's it. So this was a full-fledged Comic-Con. I mean, this was an 8-hour event, and maybe 7, but either way, it was a full-day event. Gorgeous event center. I talked to the organizer. He's been doing it for years. Professional setup. I mean, he even had a guest who did, makeup and visual effects. They didn't quite have panels, but they had other events like trivia and cosplay contests. A very large vendor section. I'd say anywhere from 50 to 100 vendors. 35 people in the artist alley, food, concessions. So this was the full works. This was a Comic-Con, and the organizer told me that they expected about 1,500 to 2,000 attendees, and to me, that's comparable. I mean, that's not even as much as I've done or seen for some of the larger art and craft fairs we've done, but it's respectable. It's way more than the small toy and swap meet. So why am I having an issue with this? Well, because the registration cost was fair, it was perfectly reasonable, but to spend an entire day there, spending 2 trips there and back, because I was under the impression it was necessary to set up the day before, and to still not break even it's kind of a disappointment because this is, like I said, this is the expected crowd. We're doing stuff that is sci-fi, MechWarrior related, Star Wars related, and yet they're like next to no bites. Now, again, thankfully, there's a lot of cool people. And we did sell a copy of Ascendant Chaos, but that's not. I'm scratching my head here because I've done way more than that at art and craft shows, and art and craft shows, like, definitely not any interest in the kind of art prints and stuff we're doing. And I'm just kind of like, the local audiences have been far more supportive. So if anything, I hate to do it, but I'm just calling out the pop culture crowd. So really, what that's going to mean is that there may be less of a focus on Comic Cons and anime cons going into 2026. Because if I'm not breaking even to justify doing a small Comic Con, which is an officially one, I'm gonna guess that there's gonna be the same problem, because this is the sentiment I already saw at the smaller events that we did. Now, again, I was gonna say maybe it's just because it's a smaller event, maybe it's the same people, but I'm like, this is becoming a pattern here. So if we're going to do more art and craft fairs, then hey, that's where we're going to find our new shock troops at. The people that are going to take interest in trying out new franchises. And hey, if the art print stuff doesn't go anywhere right away, but that just means I'll have to keep at it, and eventually there'll have to be some other outlets, maybe online or something else. But that's the overall takeaway. But I'll go through some of the stuff we had here. So upper left is the booth, not anything too crazy there, so pretty normal setup. Now, I don't know if I've shown this yet or not, but yeah, I've been able to borrow the backdrop for Aladdin 3477. The director has let me use that for shows to add a little bit more eye-catching material there. So yeah, the picture in the middle, the Bluewater Bridge, right there between Michigan and Canada, and then on the far right, I didn't talk to the gentleman other than just ask, but those are his vehicles. He had several vehicles behind his table, and he said he did all the paint jobs himself. His Jurassic Park ones looked really cool. Then, of course, if possible, I usually try to make note of food consumed at such events. So I'm a bit more of a connoisseur in the mac and cheese and the pulled pork department, and unfortunately, even that was kind of subpar compared to some of the other stuff that we've done this year at other shows. So there's that. And see, here's the thing, which is kind of like the mixed bag, because I'm running into so many cool people at these shows, and I also get feedback. In some cases, even some of them are struggling too. Others better than others, but what I'm noticing is that the ones that are doing better are the ones that are selling content based on other things that exist. So let me go around here first. So the upper left is a guy named Paul. Talked to him at a couple shows, and he runs kind of like I believe collectibles, but a combination gaming RPG kind of shop. I think it's in Marine City, Michigan, but I believe it's called Blackguard Reserve. So he's been really cool, real helpful. We've talked about possibly getting some Enforcer Media content in his store. We just haven't finalized anything like that, but really awesome. So if you happen to know that neighborhood, check his stuff out. Also, a guy I met just recently, Scott Zambelli. So he does Bardstone Publishing, and he's been at it for a while, and I can tell that he's got a lot of content. And then lower left is a guy that I met a couple shows ago, goes by the name Pastor Joker, and he has got all kinds of cool embroidery sets of all kinds of pop culture stuff. And then in the middle, I may have shown his before, but Chris Musso is doing his own comic. So I always want to encourage and see other people that are actually starting their own franchises as well. And then the lower right is Dave Brown Jr. Also met him. He was just at a show as an attendee, and I discovered that he's like probably the most established of the people I've talked to thus far. He's doing a lot of other national cons and stuff. He's been at it for a long time and does pretty well. So, but here's the trade-off, though, is trying to figure out like where the success is from talking to people. I mean, I think those of us who are doing new content having a harder time than those who are already at least been established or have been doing a combination of other things that involve, existing intellectual property. So the reason to go through this is also for either a combination of encouragement and or warning for those who are looking to get into this, because right now is just not an easy time to be starting something new. If not, or at least doing so without having this massive marketing budget behind you, because I think all these other guys doing the same kind of stuff. And, for a lot of them, it's the weekend thing, doing the day job and then doing this on the weekend to try to help either, build support, build audience, or just, make sales. So, and then also on the right, there's at least a good cosplay representation. One guy was playing John Hammond there from Jurassic Park. And of course, I caught the one guy who was doing an ODST from Halo. And actually, he wasn't the only one of comparable sort, because there's a guy that had a very similar helmet from doing the Helldivers stuff. And I don't know the characters, the distinctions, the armor, but I knew the other one was Helldivers, but I could tell this guy was doing the Halo format. There was, I think, the other stuff. There's a usual amount of Star Wars cosplay, and as far as anime, I most consistently saw at least 3 different characters that people were representing from Demon Slayers. So it was a good turnout. I mean, and that's what makes it so frustrating. I feel like, oh man, this event was terrible, and I don't recommend it. It's not that case at all. It was a very good event. It was well organized, a lot of people, but as being an independent in the Artist Alley, not something I'm necessarily looking forward to do repeatedly, unless the second time next year does any better, because I'll try to give a show more than once opportunity, unless there's like some complete blowout. Because I mean, I've done a couple shows repeatedly, but with 2 shows in a row that return no profit, that's usually an indicator like, nope, not doing that again. So this show, I'll give it one more chance if it works out next year, but not favorable to the independents for now. So that's what I got. So thanks for putting up with that. We'll get back to actually even have a couple pop culture things tonight, real light. So I think last week I saw that there was a new trailer out for Tides of Annihilation. So that's one of the few new IPs that I've kind of been looking at, because it's very visual, surreal, and always keep an eye open for new stuff. So we'll see where that goes. The other thing is not necessarily a new title or a new franchise yet. It's already been started, but it's breaking into another genre for its existing. There's a game that came out maybe a couple years ago called Fist. I believe it was an acronym for Forged in Shadow Torch, which not all that catchy without knowing what its basis is, but it was definitely in the Metroidvania realm, and it looked interesting. But the number of Metroidvania games I can count on 0 fingers. I mean, I guess I can go back to Metroid 2 on the Game Boy. I've never really played anything beyond one classic Metroid game, and I've never played a Castlevania title. So that may have been why the genre didn't grab me at the time. But now there's something coming out called Zoopunk, and it looks like an interesting combination of, like, perhaps Ninja Gaiden and Kung Fu Panda, because you've got this action-adventure format. You've got multiple characters, very reminiscent of unique personalities and gameplay of, like, some of the supporting characters you'd see in Kung Fu Panda, and it's kind of got a bit of a cyberpunk dystopian look to it. So I'm going to keep an eye on it. Looks interesting. But we still got plenty of things to work on here, but it doesn't hurt if there's a few things on the horizon to continue talking about for sake of conversation. So that's pretty much it. So yeah, a little long in the tooth for the intro, but like I said, that kind of happens around here on following weekend shows and all that. So here we are back on MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries, and this is Season 2, Episode 10, which I called Deal Quest in Space, because Black Friday is no longer a one-day thing. It is no longer a one-week thing. It almost feels like a month-long thing anymore, of people trying to preload and preface and prep you for all the Black Friday deals that are coming up potentially like the week before Thanksgiving. It's getting pretty crazy. So we're not doing anything Black Friday related, here in Mercenaries or MechWarrior, but the idea is obviously to try to accumulate as much money as possible and still find deals on our favorite mechs, preferably hero mechs if available. And I'm going to likely stick to the high reward quests tonight, so that's why it kind of fits, because I don't want to, with everything else going on this week, I don't want to get caught up with the split quests that we've kind of been doing. That'll take a little bit more effort, so I'm going to try to keep it easy this week. We will still have some Metal Slug Tactics to do, and of course, we'll have Last LAN Standing on Friday, so I'm going to keep this a little bit more low-key and hope for, no disconnects and all that usual jazz. So let's see what kind of content and kind of progress we can make tonight. Things went pretty well last week. Called Stealth says, oh, look, expensive mechs blowing up other expensive mechs. It's because there clearly is quite the cash flow in 3,500, and what better way to spend it than blowing other stuff up? Oh, this is weird. That's interesting. AutoMod kicked in and blocked a chat and was allowing me to put it through, but obviously it's a Discord bot, and I'm not going to allow it. That's interesting. That's like only the first or second time the AutoMod has kicked in and prevented that. It's kind of, no wonder the technology, they can't figure out how to intercept that. The Stream Boo bots are ridiculous too. Hey, we've already been at this for 1,845 days, so in 9 episodes, we've already been playing for 3 years. Not literally, at least, thankfully. Oh, wow. This is, so the auto mod, it's trying to post a second time. That's interesting. Hold on. I don't know what to do about this. Let me screenshot this, I suppose, and then deny. No, you may not. No, you may not. There we go. That cleans up the chat. Okay. So here we left off on Boardwalk. No, we did not pass go, and no, we did not collect $200 million. We do actually finally have a hero spider. Looks like a bullseye. But yeah, for 7 mil, not picking this up because it is, even with being a hero mech, it's pretty lightweight. It's got a massive speed, but right now I still want to make sure we've got competent hardware for when the DLC things kick in. So I think one of our guests told me a couple weeks ago that the Kerensky DLC kicks in like 3050. So yeah, we're at 3020, but there's still a lot of other big things like the Kestrel Lancer DLC, which will kick in somewhere, and we're not even close yet to having a full regiment of mediums, heavies, and enough pilots, and so on. Oh, man, and there's another one. These bots are over the place tonight. So, in Called Stealth is asking if I've seen the Turtle Tactics game. Shoot, I'm trying to remember what the name of it was. Yeah, I have. It's something like something Strike or something like that. So I'm kind of torn on that one because it looks like it could be kind of cool. Because yes, we do like the turn-based stuff, but I was a little disappointed in how extremely literal it took the board game approach to it. Because it's literally got the figure kicks up and like it would kick the opposing one or something. Which, if you're really into board games, it would make sense, but given the way of the style of turn-based games like both Metal Slug Tactics and XCOM, I still like the cinematic approach to all that. So you'll have to let me know what were your thoughts on it, because it did look. I mean, it seems like people were favoring the idea and it looked cool, but I think without having the cinematic flair, it wasn't quite one that grabbed my attention. Okay, so I think the goal was to get somewhere further south, or maybe it's this one. I think this is where we're headed. Uprising Quelled. Was this a part 2? No, they're both on there, so that's probably it. Now, it doesn't show any... Hopefully this is not a conflicting one, so I think this is where we're headed tonight. We have repairs situation. Tactical takedown. Yeah, that sounds right. Not your genre, too much thinking. Okay. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, I don't know. I mean, some of those feel like there's more thinking than other. Like, I think XCOM reached a point of like, not so much. I'm still feeling like after a bazillion playthroughs of Metal Slug Tactics, a lot more thinking involved with that than even XCOM, but I think there's just too many things to remember. Alright, anything else to do here before we get out of here? I don't think so. How are we doing on jobs? So we got 5 jobs. We got room for 1 more. We're going to want to still try collecting an Enforcer mech here, and I don't think we saw one in the mech market. It would have told us otherwise. So let's just, do I need a warm-up? A demolition by chance? Well, there's a demolition. Yeah, let's go do a demolition for some cheddar. In space, no one can hear your ship fart. Okay, so here we go. So this is one of the scripted missions, the Duchess of Shanghai. To Shanghai. Which part of that is silent? The first syllable or the last? I don't typically read this. It's all pretty droll. I'll usually wait. Oh, but it says Capellan Commonalty, seeing Commonwealth, and Sainized Mercantile League met on this world to form our beloved Capellan Confederation. We cannot allow the rebels to pervert the symbolism. So I wonder if this is potentially the catalyst for getting that southern central region to split, because it breaks up into 3 different things, and then we'll have to check the map because it's not split as of right now. But that could happen after the fact. So let's see star map here. See, it's not split yet. Still's got this wannabe Michigan / Germany looking thing going, but that's not quite it. Oh, and by the way, I was supposed to do... Okay, we are where we want to be. Contracts here. Let's get a save going, then we'll do this demolition at 31. At least I can prowl around in the fire starter for a bit. But first, let's save. Giefer. Gifted. Don't put too many syllables in front of me. I'll figure out ways to butcher them. Okay, we're good there. Alright, here we go. Contracts. Let's get to the action. Ooh, so they like us. We can get a little bit of that. There's not going to be much of that anyway. Let's get as much cash as possible. Oh, we can go a lot in cash. Yeah, that should be fine to cover any other expenses, hopefully. Wow, the bots are, like, no wonder they got the beta thing going. That's the 3rd bot post tonight. Well, technically 4th post, 3rd different bot. Better step up the game there, Twitch, aka Amazon. Alright. We got the whole band here, including Junior Ding Dong and VCR Helmet Head. Let's see what we can do. DJ, drop a beat.
Prepare for battle mech departure. Warning. Hangar doors opening. Stand clear.
Alright, my favorite biome. Lush deserts and palm trees. On a sunny day.
Prepare for a fight, Commander. But remember,
always prepared for a fight.
Objective remains the destruction of the base itself.
Prepare for a fight against an inanimate object. That's weird. Either that's a shadow or that's grooves with extremely darker tone than everything else. It doesn't seem like that'd be shadow. Smoking carcass. Oh, there was something over there. What did I miss? What did I miss? A turret? Nope, a tank. A tank! Oh no, walking right toward the canyon. It's on the other side of the canyon. Boo! Alright, we'll take this way around. Unnecessary walking. Of course, the bots are going to be all confused. I could fly over, but then they can't. See, we wouldn't have had that convenient detour. Or was the Bob Ross happy accident? What we got here? Ooh, Jenner's on the list. Ooh, that's on the list. No, is that on the list? Is that an Igor? That's an Igor. Can't remember if we need Igors or not. Or if we finish them.
I'll leave the rest of the demolition job up to you, Commander.
I don't need the urban. They're gonna, yeah, they pull us out if we finish this. Let's go get the Jenner first. Yes, get stuck in a rock hole. Alright, or I can just punch my way in first and let them deal with it. Pipe down there, Topher Grace in a hood. Listen now. I don't need your potty mouth. Wow, low clearance. Apparently they don't serve many customers at this Taco Bell. Okay, let's go make sure the generator goes down. Yeah, there's some hostiles out here. Oh, and a rifleman.
They're operating at reduced efficiency. Keep on smashing.
Turn into a meat puppet here. Alright, get off me. Now I'm hurting. Plenty of base to wreck inside. Why would I want to stand outside? He stored his favorite cookies. So you would think by blowing the pillars out, this might actually collapse, but I'm not highly confident in the physics just yet. I mean, everything else does, but... Alright, somebody else finally came inside to play defense here.
I'm showing heavy damage to a number of the facility structures. We appear to be about halfway there.
The other guy's just sitting up on the hill. So that's another generator. Where's it going out too? Oh, and the urban. Great. The urban's here. Neon revolution here. Oh, I just lost an arm. Yeah, please do so. Yeah, perhaps I could go for a more expensive structure here. Paul Stealth says, do the mechs have a self-destruct system? There's a shutdown sequence, but I don't think it's an inherent blow it up. I mean, you have the ability, you know, as the player to hop into another mech if it's not player controlled. I don't think so. I really don't think there is. Closest thing would be the bomb that you could drop. I remember in Mech Assault 2, but that's if you run around on foot as a pilot. That's right. You're going to be playing with your Etch-a-Sketch in the dark there, boss base commander. Let's take out some EV stations here. Oh, he's angry. That rifleman is sitting out there. Alright, let's get this before I do more damage to my own mech. You got hit by the stationary thing out there?
You completely destroyed this area. Great work.
Alright, we gotta go out this way.
Before more reinforcements arrive.
So I guess I could have taken out the generator then after the fact, but because I forgot, it's certain types will. Oh,
They destroyed one of my components.
no, I'm out.
Great showing, Commander. Our employees.
Can I send an NPC mech in and blow something sky high? You can instruct it to. Whether it follows through or not is a whole other story. I mean, this game could benefit from a little bit more friendly interface. It will allow you to tell the Lance to say, hey, everybody go over here, or stay on me, or go attack an object. but it doesn't feel like it's as necessary as other like squad-based games, like where there's tactical stuff like a Ghost Recon. So I just never bother with it. I mean, once in a while, if there's one of those objectives I don't like, if I need the mechs to stay somewhere, is about the only time I will use that, because it's just too clunky. Then you can take an urban to sell. Guess I'll do that and take the remaining stuff. Ugh, so I did 735 in damage, but at least that's still over 2 mil after the fact. Negotiated bonus. Alright. Anybody else take a lot of... Oh, look at you and the Centurion over there. You cost more than I did. You got probably hit by the lone rifleman on a hill. What's wrong with you? Sweet, we got the Jenner mech one done. Okay, so Javelin was the other one. Oh, fire starters and javelins. Okay, so let's get that payout taken care of. There's 1.3. And stuff I'm not too concerned about beyond the scoreboard. Okay, cool. So that's... I don't know if oh yeah, so it still has another part to the mission. We'll take care of that here in a second. Before repairs even start, though, let's get this piece of junk into cold storage. Okay. Then, depending on... Oh, man. So what did I lose? Small laser. I didn't have any other level 2 medium lasers yet. Okay, so at least... Oh, it's the level 4 machine guns that I don't want to lose. Okay, because if they were level 4s, I might have been like, redo. Well, that's kind of cool, though. Those flamers they gave us are all tier 5. That's helpful. So one laser can be repaired, the other cannot. Let's see how close we are to the thing here. So we got to go up this way. No other thing past that one. This one's out of the way, but at least it'd give another shot at seeing something different than this one, despite the fuel cost. Hey. Alright, let's do this, then we'll fly back over. Not the most efficient flight path. As elite pilot.
Let's do this, Commander. Drinks are on me when we get back.
Finally!
Finally.
I'm just here chilling.
I wonder if she likes the color lime.
I've seen it all. Now, I want to get paid for it.
I wasn't born a warrior. Fate and circumstance molded me into one.
I think that's the same guy we saw before, so...
But I will always finish them.
Alright, quit your yakking. Alright, we'll hit up the canteen on the way back, but... First we repair, but I've also got to find replacements here. Yeah, this one here. Hold on, mine's not showing. It didn't activate. Let me see the details here on 55. Nope, get over there. 78. 65. Yeah, either way, whatever the costs were is going to be like 450,000, so it's ridiculous to pay the cost for that out in the field if you don't have to. Oh, what is the... Oh, that's what's his name's Jenner. I don't care about that one. Okay, check the equipment while we're here. So I think we got the AC2 one. Yeah, we got the equipment ones off the list for the time being, but we still need, or at least I still need any kind of lasers and machine guns that I would equip. Which doesn't seem to be a whole lot. Let's check for small lasers. Nothing there either. Great. Hey, they're giving us 10% off. They really like us. Because we do a lot of dirty work for them. The Hunchback. Yeah, this one also just reminds me of the suits. The hammer suits in Iron Man 2. Okay. So we still need to kill another 14 there. Need 4 fire starters killed, 4 javelins killed, and enforcer. No, that helps. Let's check the cantina. Have to do a weapon outfit here. Light rifle tier 2. And it's not many. It's 325,000. I don't really care about the output. We haven't done one of these in a while. 30 VTOLs is a given. That's 1.4. Yeah, that's an easy one. We'll do the collection one while we're in the neighborhood here. Let's also check the map. So the map is not split yet. All right. And there's not anything else to do here. Oh, so we got some of the icons here. Let's go do the main quest first, but I want to get the other repairs done in the meantime, because otherwise I'm flying around with partial... Oh, the single laser was fine. That's weird. It said it was damaged. I thought it meant it wasn't replaceable. Okay, well, we're going to bump down to a level 1 laser, but... Okay, we're alright there, then. Not the end of the world. Especially for only $2,000. Or how much was it after the markup? $3,000. Can live with that. Okay, let's head over, take care of the the quelling of the Uprising. Go collect one industrial mech leg actuator. It's like, go find a chicken leg. Great. Okay, contracts. This one. Now this one is, I mean, it shows the icon over on the left portion, but it's not showing in the main. I don't know if this one qualifies for this or not. Especially since it's a scripted mission, I usually think those qualifiers, and same thing with the mercenary territory, is usually less likely to activate, but I could be wrong. I haven't encountered enough situations to see if those will activate in scripted or not. Discover the rebel base and destroy it. He looks like she's straight out of Big Trouble in Little China. Female version of David Lopan. Okay, they're not happy with us, so I guess we'll just do the basics there, and go cache.
Mind the weather, Commander. It'll compromise your visibility.
You don't say. Okay, here we go. Well, finally above 10 mil, so next time I see a decent hero, hopefully we can afford it. We should be able to keep taking care of our quarterly payments for a while, as long as I'm taking normal quests here.
Attention. Prepare for battle act departure. Warning. Hangar doors opening. Stand clear.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems behind.
The rebel forces are hiding out somewhere on this planet. They should be operating
wrong
into
way.
a small residential settlement. I've marked the location on your battle grid.
Thank you for parking us in a corner. Okay. Put all the garbage terrain between us and the destination.
Intel puts one of our targeted acquisitions somewhere in this location.
Okay, it is
If you
here.
get the chance, try searching for it in the area designated on your map.
Oh, go figure. So the second I changed directions, they put it in the direction that I would have gone originally. Oh, what's that? It'll be very hostile for long. Give the old meat tenderizer treatment.
Enemy mech. Down and out.
Blasted that target into oblivion.
Well, he was late to the party. Everybody else took credit before he did. Anybody looking for a Christmas tree? Let's get the one I stepped on, pick it out of my mech toes. I think this is kind of a new, and this doesn't remind me of the other biome, because this has kind of got like more of the timberline kind of look to it. You got some snow, but you got some grassy areas too. I don't remember that. Of course, they hide it in the corner of the map, like they always do. It'd be more interesting if you at least went to a close city and had to knock over a couple buildings as if you're actually looking for the thing, rather than just putting a giant marker at the far edge of the map. Who put a town or a building down here? Yeah, I don't believe you. Yeah, I'm sure Bob's garage totally off the grid here. Look at
That's
this.
close enough. Ready to start pickup operation.
Like, that's all they put out here in the middle of
Good.
nowhere.
Ammunitions can be restocked.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we might as well kick in the back door. Alright, yeah, we got a clean shot there. Nice scenic mountain, though. It's blue snow. Or maybe they tried to take out the mountain with a shipload of rock salt from orbit.
Target
Ah,
acquired.
there. It's one of the more tanks. Destroy it. Target
I'm the one on the
identified.
ground here. I'll be the one making decisions on priority. What was the line from Pirates of the Caribbean? I'm the one telling the story. Suburban one's a little bit larger here. This is what I think about your culture.
That had to sting.
That's right, because they got different lasers now. Their cooling cycle is gonna be inconsistent. This one's way too dense. They're gonna end up closing in on us on the inside here.
Our bottleneck is marked for destruction.
Ooh, okay.
New target javelin.
Don't threaten me with a good time. Yes, make yourself an easier target. I'll expose my back to the others, though. Gotcha. Don't land out and kick me in the face. What's wrong with you?
Ooh, that hostile's a smoking carcass.
Dude, you need some new lines. What's that?
New target vindicator.
Nope, don't need either of those.
Target acquired.
I don't need Panther either. Except we're still only at 79% here. So I get credit for kicking over some trees. They've been landscaped properly. Guess I can't shoot my machine gun very high.
But our contract called for
Yeah, that's definitely far more dense for a demolition contract. Need way more than 2 machine guns for one of these ops. good thing is it keeps the opposition away for a little bit. There, found some trouble. I will rout your face. You gonna punch me? I'm about to go critical there.
Square in the head, Commander.
I warned him. He didn't listen.
Our employer wants this area cleared of all tanks.
Yeah, I got your tank. Put a sock in it. That he's only shooting at me. I'm the only one doing damage, or is it this qualifier of being non-NPC?
Target acquired.
I don't want to be fighting these guys. I ain't even head yet.
Lost a component, but I'm still in the thing.
Ammo depleting.
I'm out of machine gun rounds, are you kidding me?
Critical.
Smoked him, right in the cockpit.
Oh,
Offline.
boy.
That target's a heap.
That was a little unusual. Okay, so I guess we're taking out the other 52% with lasers. Wow. That thing's about to go too.
Need another right arm when we get back.
Destroyed. Heat.
Yeah, she's gonna get that thing trashed.
Target acquired.
Some elite pilot you are.
Enemy mech down.
Okay, now without them shooting at me, hopefully I can now buy some time here, but I still gotta find all the targets to hit with lasers.
Heat critical.
The integrity of this place is down to 50%. We're halfway there.
Only 50.
Another one.
Let's walk over anything I can. This is really gonna slow it down if all I can do is lasers here.
Critical.
At least you get the fireworks.
That's the VTOL we're after. Take it out.
VTOL, where? They already got it.
That target's a heap.
Find any standing solid structure.
Reporting component loss.
How? Who left the... Oh, there's new mechs. Great.
Targeted mech is falling apart.
Can I walk through this? Oh, I can't. Good. Usually don't like doing it this way, but you can't see, but if it'll let me, I'm gonna. Just doing a little edging in the landscaping. Oh, she's down. She better not die after all that. If she died, I'm gonna be ticked. I'm gonna have to do this all over again. Oh, Freeman's almost in red too.
Taking heavy damage over here.
Yeah.
This area is on its last legs, Commander. Just one final push, and then we can all go home.
One final push, she says.
Detecting heavy damage. Sorry, Commander, my mech is fried.
Well, this was a little more costly than it should have been. It's gonna cost me more to pull this one off. What's going on, guys?
New target, Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt, jeez. %. What else can I topple here? I literally want this entire thing leveled. Bulldoze my way through everything. I didn't think some of these other structures would still remain standing. I thought just the frame would remain intact, but it didn't look like it. $12. 11. Oh, that building isn't even touched. Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, maybe 2, 1. All right, so whether I have to do this or not all depends on whether or not they died. They died. I'm gonna probably redrop with a medium.
Target acquired.
We have to do the objective thing all over again too. This is gonna be way too expensive. I've lost either the pilots and or the mechs and a ton of repair. This is what we call the opposite of a discount, or the opposite of a good deal.
The settlement
Hold
is
on to your
raised.
butts.
This should be a definitive blow to the will of the rebel citizens. Hopefully, this is enough to satisfy our employer.
I'm kidding. Lawyers are never satisfied. Reputation 8 for getting half your squad killed. Alright, here we go. Damage taken 3.3 mil. Oh no. So that means 2.8. 2.8 is more than we got. So even with a 7, I can't even get a mech out of this. Oh, terrible. Injured 93 days. Oh my goodness. The only thing that is left of Freeman's mech is the arms. How is that even possible? You get the legs blown off, you get the pelvis blown off, you get the torso blown off. Guess what? The arms are not walking themselves back. His was 1.5 and hers is 1.6. And I mean, and still, for as much as I did, I only took 54k in damage. Are you kidding me? What were you idiots doing? Oh, do I suck up the consequences on that? Because maybe the repairs won't be as bad if I'm out of system, or if I'm in the industrial hub. That'll be the tell here. If not, 3 mils a lot to gain nothing. I mean, the only advantage is we'll have completed the scripted mission and not have to do it again, but... And we did get this other one here. Be like, hey, you're putting your mech back together bolt by bolt, you know, on your med bed. So this only 120, but you get AC 20 out of it. Eek. Oh man, yeah, it's gonna make me not want to redo all this. Get 2 out of that. That go up 2 just because, or is it that high quality, or I don't know. Anyway. There is a part 2. Okay. It seems your actions have created unforeseen repercussions. No kidding. She doesn't want to hear the name Josh Forsyth again, whoever that is. Alright, we'll accept your silly quest. Okay, so the first 2 missions were the part 1, so part 1 was 2. So, there you have it. Yeah, crispy critters. Nothing left. Good job there, clown. Oh no, he also had some of my cool stuff on there too. What did he lose? Oh, he still had a level 2 laser on there? I could have taken his laser. What a jerk. I think the medium rifle level 2 is probably the only thing of question. I mean, just because I didn't have too many of those, but I could be wrong. What an idiot. Okay, where's the industrial hub? I guess this is the closest one. Let's see let's see what the repairs look like in this situation. And canteen. Might as well hit the one with the cantina while we're at it. What a clown! What a clown! There's a rare Shadowhawk here. No enforcer. I see a Griffin, which is comparable, but see the 2H. That might be the one I got tired of using because it had next to nothing on it. It's only got a single hard point for the different types there. Okay, if I go to repair this, how much is it going to cost me? Okay, $880. No, it's going to cost me 1.8. That's not as bad as 3, but yeah, essentially, other than completing the job quest, that was not good. Okay, so we'll go for repairs here. Like I said, they weren't dead. That would have been another loss. In which case, don't have enough pilots in reserve either if you end up and not surviving the Kestrel Lancer missions. All right, yeah, so that put us back into 12 mil. That was a wash. Let's check the cantina while we're here. Collect a Centurion. I would gladly give up the Centurion. Oh, 8 AC2s again for... That's only 120 chemical lasers. Yeah. This would be another easy one. It's the same one we had already. AC2, we'll have to find a bunch. There's the medium rifle if it needs to get replaced. And a small lasers, not really. Okay. Not of the caliber that I'm looking for. Okay. What does that leave us with? Alright, pilot's getting healed up. Flying over there immediately, not going to cover us, so we just need night. How many days they need?
I've seen it all. Now, I want to get
50
paid
more
for it.
days. 54, so they'll be close to ready by the time. Oh, forgot that I grabbed him too. Well, I guess, well, who flew out with us? He did, and the other 2 elites. So actually, I could still take them on a run anyway. Can't do any worse than these clowns. So the other problem is she's not in a light mech. You know, even though she should be, and I don't have a heavy for him, or he's in the... Is he in the heavy? Hunchback might still be a medium, so I still got a bit of a problem here. Need to get some better mechs, still. Alright, let's fly out one spot and see if they want to throw another hero icon at us. Actually, you know what? Martial disciplines. Alpaca. See, this is what Nope, that's in a combat zone. I was gonna say, I keep my eye open for things outside of a combat zone, but it's not very common. Alright, so I'm gonna fly here to Kryn and see if Hero Mech icon will show up or not. Doesn't seem like there's anything out here. Nope, nothing. And nothing there. Okay, so I guess we'll head over to this destination here. Stuff should be repaired, hopefully by that time. Let's find out. No, these still need another few days. Whoa, yikes. Okay. Panther and Vulcan, neither of benefit. AC2s, but not zeros. Okay. Next up. Are they... Okay, check their health. And 17 days, 21 days. So she'll be she and her mech or one of the other guys in the mech are on the same operating table timeline. Alright, so we're full on jobs, nothing else really to do. So we'll just run down the clock before we actually take the mission. But let me do this. Get another save going before I mess up another mission. Or at least engage in another costly one would be the better way to put it. Okay, oh, no, we're on number 2. There we go. Okay, so I also may need to take a quick break here. Need to do it. I know people are watching, but I'm gonna have to do a quick one here. Alright, contracts, assassination, difficulty 45, but the tonnage limit's the same, so I might be able to do this here. So again, they're still not happy with us. Why not go better damage coverage and then cash? Salvage not going to do a whole lot in case there's anything decent there.
Heads up, Commander. Weather conditions in the area will restrict visibility.
Yeah, so 2 mechs being worked on and 2 pilots recovering. So I'll wait for those to occur. It says ready. And then, yeah, so stick with me. Be right back in a couple minutes. And we'll get back to the action. Thank you for participating in our ad-free commercial break where you have no ads whatsoever, just light music. had me thinking that it's like, you know what? The news even throws advertisements in front of you every 5 minutes. It's like, can't be that much of a complaint if I maybe at best drop 5 minutes every 3 streams without the usual commercial nonsense. So obviously it must have dropped this while I had it. I didn't pause it like I should have, so I didn't catch the mission context, but that's okay. It's not like she's going to tell us anything that useful anyway.
Radar tracking enemy units.
That VTOL is on our list of targets. Let's make our quarter.
That target's a heap.
Not yet. Well, now it is. That sounded cool.
What's this? Has Duchess so sent guns for hire
New
to deliver
target
your
Protege.
I wish I could say I'm surprised. Come at me. No matter what you throw at us, you'll never break our will.
Oh, dude, you don't have much of a mech to be withstanding on this. You better have a bunch of other friends. You're watching the wrong one.
Forsyth is dead.
Wow.
It's a rebellion, I expect. It's hard not to feel for the people here, but it's not our place to get involved in politics. Get yourself to the extraction zone.
We're not getting involved. We just collect the paycheck for doing the dirty work in politics. Is that how it goes, Rihanna?
Let's get you out of here now.
Let's see if anything else here. I mean, look at that. I didn't even take a scratch getting the objective done here. Make up for the last one, hopefully. Unless I can get something out of the deal.
Let's take that tank apart.
Ain't drawn so quick now.
New target
Oops.
Hunchback.
Friendly fire. Yeah, if it's a hunchback, not that concerned.
Oh, that hostile, the smoking carcass.
Smoked him right in the cockpit.
Okay, well, that's that. Could you have parked on any more of a level surface there, Rihanna? Farhad's gonna blame me if the the mechs pick up a couple rocks in the toes, tripping in their way into the mech bay. All right, 1.5, not too bad. Hopefully, damage is aside that time. All right, let's get one of our lasers back. Can't afford the mechs. I guess I could have taken out a couple more tanks before we exited, but didn't happen. And of course, that time I only take 86,000 damage against $1 million in insurance. That's the way it goes. It appears the elimination of many of the people is a severe blow to their morale. Okay. They've either been beaten into submission or given a healthy dose of reality. Yes, sign me up for not moving into her territory. I need not worry about them for the moment, thanks to your service and ultimate celestial wisdom. Ugh. I want no part of your religion or politics, lady. Killed 50 ground vehicles. Okay, well there's some cash. 1.8. And medium rifles. How about that? There's some more dog progress. Alright, so a lot more VTOLs. Still no fire starters. Still need 3 more javelins, 1 more enforcer. And let's check the equipment for the other stuff while we're here. Check this out. Okay, nope, that's not what I thought it was. AC2 is level 0. Nothing of interest at the moment. Okay, not a whole lot to see here. Nothing to see here. Where are we going next? So at least we took care of Uprising Quelled as far as the mission goes. Now, I guess I'm curious if I want to fly all the way out to this one. This one is several parts long. I'm not sure if I'm ready for that yet. I'm also not ready to do the split ones that we were talking about up in these zones yet. At least not tonight. That can save for after the holidays. But I guess if we have another here, this is Defense and War Zone. Cerberus Hounds. I think we can tackle this one. I mean, we're not getting very far in terms of finding new mechs, but we're at least making some bank. Let's fly down to this one just for fun. It's going to cost us some money and fuel here, but at least it'll give us something a little different to do. Also put us in vicinity of another one over here, too. They may not be too happy with us, so maybe we can work on a combination of things. Okay, and the map did not split yet, so apparently the missions and the calendar do not yet meet the criteria for that. So, alright, here we go. Industrial Hub. We arrived at Beetlejuice. Okay, let's get some repairs going. Apparently, I gotta still fix them. The dragon is one of the ones that always looks the most extra crispy. I forgot that. I've seen some mechs get tarred, but my goodness, this thing's got nothing normal left except the shoulder, the missile pod launcher, and the dome. That's about it. And actually, we didn't even take much damage on that one, so I don't know why that one looks so crispy over the course of that. They just hit it with a flamethrower and move on. Okay, so we got another elite pilot here. Maybe we'll check that out. Maybe we'll check out that and the cantina. There's also equipment here, so maybe we'll just waste a few bucks. So let's check the AC2s. AC2 level 0, and there's 3 of them this time. That's good. Bonus. And not much for medium lasers. No, nope. We got plenty of the level 1s. And nothing else there that I want. So catapult, not yet. Hunchback, no. Phoenix, hawk. It's quick and it's a medium, but it's not going to do anything for me other than the fire starter just yet, based on that current hardpoint setup. Alright, so let's check the... Oh.
Let's do this, Commander. Drinks are on me when we get
I need a full roster of pilots in samurai helmets. I only think there's the blue and the red, but yeah, those are the same other colors. I thought there was one that had a slight helmet variation difference, but no, I mean...
Finally! You're ready.
I'm just here chilling. You know where to find me.
Captain Crisp here sounds very laid back.
Let's do this, Commander.
I'm just here chilling. You know where to find me.
Her goggles got to be 100% assist mode because she's sober enough to go out on the field. Look at this. This guy's got an urban mech affinity. Yeah, you've got no place in our roster here, pal. We don't. All right, shut up. We'll just.
I got the skills.
Yeah, she is so hungover. Oh my word. Anyway. So let's see if the elite pilot's got... oh, you know what? I said we were going to go down here first. Let's do this. Great. I don't know. If she might be a liability. Okay. What else we got going on here? Sometimes the equipment doesn't change too much between stops. There's a large... Okay, so that's what they're saying. A single level 3 large laser. And how about... There we go. Another 2 of those. I think we need what? 4 more out of 10? Jaeger mech, haven't really seen one of those yet. To me, it's just like a, you know, that and the rifleman to me are very similar in body style, and then just, I don't know, the Jaeger doesn't have a head, it's just like punched down on the torso. For some reason, I just like the way the rifleman looks better. Only 5, especially.
Combat skills are meant to impress, sir. I know your story, and I'm ready to be of assistance, Commander.
Okay, so that didn't do a whole lot for us as far as the equipment. Let's check the cantina. Yeah, collect 1 Centurion, awfully tempting. 2 autocannon, 10 tier 2s. That's all 125,000. I think I can do 2 of them though if you get the money for it. Is it AC? Was it 10 or AC 20? I'll double check. But tier 2s. I mean, so it's not the 20 tier 2s. It must be the 10 tier 2s. Yeah, which they don't have. Okay. I guess we'll keep flying around till we find them. All right, we'll check this pilot here.
Commander. There's no fight that's too big or too small for me. I dive in with the same hunger to get the job done. Send me in and I won't stop until all the asses are kicked.
He's a little bit more funny than the last one that we passed on. I don't know if I want him since we got 2 elites already, but he's a better contender than some. He's like a dog on a bone. Okay, cool. So we still need, I think, 2 more of those. So no level 2s. That's why that was going to be a little more difficult because I can't find them. Alright. Next. Oh, here we go. That's worth the money. Level 3 lasers. Less, yes please, not less please. Alright, we already replaced the other rifle for that other guy. And that's all I'm concerned about. Let's actually modify things here then. Alright, so if I'm going to do the lasers, so those are the arms. At this point then... I'm going to just make sure these are even so they're cycling at the same time. So I got to put another one on here. But if they're not on the torso, if anything I'm doing is not on the torso, then it's more like I get wrecked. So I'm going to stick with the machine guns for now. And then I do need some higher levels of these, but I don't have any. Could always try the pulse lasers. I've got 4 of them. So what's the damage comparison? Small laser, a little bit more on the damage. They actually, oh, they weigh more though. Nah, okay, we'll leave it at that. Alright, it's a bit of a downgrade, but whatever. Alright, so this guy's got to go medium laser here. Medium rifle's okay, so I guess I didn't need another one for him. Okay, so work's getting done there. Oh, we got the... Oh, we only need 8, not 10. There we go. That's complete. There's our 120. Okay, cool. Alright, we can go to another cantina. So let's go hit up this. Actually, we're closer to this one at this point. Raid and Warzone. You know, at least for variety, do another one for a different faction. Okay, so they got an Assault Claymore, which we don't have anything with melee hard points. Large Laser Short Burst, Long Range Missile 5 Hot Loaded, which I think that's the new stuff for the Kerensky DLC, which I've not yet tinkered with. What else we got? Nothing. Oh, that's the new one. Yeah, it is the Kerensky related. Okay. Gotta remember, the blue just means it's special, not that it's one that we're needed for the quest. Oh, there we go, though. They've got 2 of those. Yikes. We're gonna spend $1 million to get 100 back. Ouch. That's not a fair trade. ERPPC better be like, much better to sell. Refined armor, though. At least that's a decent one we're getting out of that. So that would be from the equipment collector. Yeah, 2.5% to the armor. Eventually need to start doing that. Some acceleration. You're not doing so good on Mech Hunter and Mech Collector, so we gotta slow up the equipment collection for some of these others. I'm surprised we're at Treasure Hunter 4 already. And War Dog's the target. I mean, this one's got the only speed boost. I mean, there's acceleration, deceleration, so you could get this acceleration 1 and then deceleration 2. You get 30% and then have another top speed of 15%. That should make anything like super zippy other than like the Annihilator, which moves it 1 click every 3 hours. Okay, so not much else to see here. Everything's repaired. The Elite Pilot popped up. We didn't get a Elite Hero or a Hero Mech icon yet. So let's move our way into Merc territory and maybe next time we'll take on the tributes of the Imperator. I think we get a Warhammer out of that, which would probably be good for our inventory. Oh, there's also one down here too. What's this one? Backwater region. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so we just did one for the green guys. Now let's do something for the purples. So let's get a save going, and then we will get some more action before figuring out what to do next. Yuba Inu. And contracts. Nope, we're not there yet. star map. There we go. Off to Lopez. Pablo Shenzing. He wants us to hear his sob story. So no pilot left behind. I think this was an honorable one, unless his son was a dirt bag who's actually, you know, causing havoc in some other region. I don't recall. Could go either way. Okay, so this is a raid, and it's a 60E. Okay. We'll try. I'll stick with the fire starter for now. I really want to go more cash, though. Well, that's our 2.5. We can get more salvage that time. We're still at 2 and go for the salvage if we can find any
really kicking up, Commander.
equipment.
Your visibility will be limited out there.
I can't go any heavier here. We just don't have it. Yeah, the Hunchback's lighter. So, I mean, other than me switching to the Shadowhawk and giving somebody the Hunchback, that's only going to change like 15 pounds. So we're rocking this one underweight. Just saying.
Up ahead is the suspected complex where Shenzeng's son and several other POWs are being held. We'll cripple them by destroying key strategic targets. Once they're down, we'll be able to provide a scan to determine if Shenzeng is here, and if he is, extract him.
If he isn't, not extract him. We get shot at already?
Hell of a shot.
What was that? You hiding a turret up in them trees again? Alright, let's go to that one, I suppose. Borderline. You know what? Let's, guess we might as well night vision this one. It's getting a little dark. Welcome to the jungle.
That will leave a mark.
Target acquired.
I got it.
Destroyed. Target acquired.
Detecting targeted battle mech in the area.
Oh, we'll take that.
New target javelin.
So bright and of the night vision on. So that's that new authentic experience. Yeah, you think?
Component lost.
Freeman, how are you losing stuff already?
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Objective down.
Okay, there we go. Oh, there's oh, that's why somebody came after him. A little bit larger, no less. Who's that?
Target
That
dragged.
had to sting.
That's done.
Target destroyed.
At least they took a piece out of it. Okay, so let's cruise up the side here. I vaguely recall having a night jungle mission like this, so I don't know if they changed up the terrain, but at least they kept the biome the same.
Flying in.
Can we stop for VTOLs? I can't hit them with machine guns. And there's the remains. Okay, we gotta break hard left. That's the more accessible gap in the terrain there. A random tank in the brush. Or turret.
Blasted that target into oblivion.
Watch the bots get all screwed up on the terrain. Oh, Cyclops, that's not necessarily a good thing.
Missile. Target destroyed.
Oh boy, might want to duck out here.
New target trebuchet. Target acquired.
You guys, get up front.
Incoming missile.
Scout unit receiving heavy fire. Just blasted that mech in half.
Yeah, that one's a little big. We got more on the side still. Ooh, yeah, there's a lot in here. Why don't we go hit and run?
Mech is down, Commander.
Again, Mason? Or Freeman?
Target acquired.
Just got clobbered. Lost a component.
Oh man, you guys suck.
Scratch that target.
Alright, I'm going around the terrain and knocking these out. This is crazy. What do I get for going in underweight? Punching above my weight class. Okay, now what?
Commander, enemy dropship coming in right on top of you.
Yep. What's this?
Target
I'll
Jenner.
take. Oh, we got the generators though. We need javelins. Alright, going. Oh, go all the way back to the other place for the extraction. Gotta go. The drag Freeman's corpse along.
Hell of a shot.
Trebuchet, don't care. Alright, how much did you cost me, Freeman?
It's vulnerable, but damn it, it looks like everything's been abandoned a while ago. No sign of Shenzhen or any POWs.
Of course not. We gotta drag it out. $2.8 for the payout. What's the damage? 1.4. Okay, we can kind of live with that. Ooh, we can get a dragon. That actually is probably not a bad idea. Took care of the AC-10. Yeah, I had to pay a lot for the other stuff. These are all level 1, so I can live without taking those. I'll take the dragon. Probably, if anything, let's sell it if it's not one that we really need. Injured, 84 days. Good job, Clown. Yeah, he's not holding his own in that Shadowhawk. It's costing us money. Alright, I need 2 more javelins, so no pilot left behind part 2. They were either moved or struck. Whatever. Okay. Alright. Hub first. Which is not far. Let's go Cantina. We still need... Oh, yeah, let's go Cantina-wise, because we just finished a couple, I guess. Optimize. Alright, Cantina. Kill 3 Kintaros, no. Kill 3 Urbans, maybe. If we find another Centurion, I don't want to sell mine, considering we don't have enough mechs yet to replace it. So let's hang on to it. Alright, so we'll add that one. Let's get rid of... Oh, yeah. Oops, I flew. Oof, flew without dust in that thing. Alright, cold storage. Alright, so we got a few things in cold storage, at least, for now, for the sake of future collection causes. Alright, repair. Repair. 787. Needs more armor on that. Oh, you got the Dragon Wreck too? I'll deal with that in a second. Okay, anything... The equipment probably didn't change since we still stayed in the neighborhood. You usually have to fly and get to reset, because yeah, same large laser and stuff like that. Okay. Mech Market, yeah, that didn't change either. Okay, repairs are initiated. Did I see, I didn't fly to this one last time, so we'll do that just for fun. Let that repair, get the other loadouts done. At least I got a shot at another mech before fixing anything else there. Nope, nothing of interest. Oh, that AC-10 though. What AC-10 did it lose? Is it gonna tell me? Info. Oh, it's saying medium laser. Oh, it's the dragon. Oops. Lost an AC-10 level 1. That's it. And the ammo? No, it's got the ammo still. Oops. Alright, well, can we replace that here? Yeah, AC-10 burst fire is a lesser level. I guess the weight's about the same versus burst fire. Oh, burst fire and rapid fire. Damage is less, but there's probably more rounds. Maybe. Let's buy it a rapid fire. Why not? Okay, let's get that. No, don't cancel that. Okay, that should take care of that. Alright, what we got next? So let's head back over to this area. So that should be repaired by the time we get there. And go that way. So it's going to be a war zone. Pilot recovered. Alright, things are repaired. Ah, now we're opening stuff up. There we go. And there's finally some industrial hubs to check out. Still nothing there. Nothing there. Okay, gonna save before heading in. Don't delete. Thank you very much. Ryerson. Episode 10. 04. Alright, here we go. This could be toward the end for the episode. We'll see how things are going. So, still a 60. Still a 270. Ooh, we can use airstrikes. Sorry, rather have the money. Alright, we'll go with the damage coverage again, just because it didn't do so hot the last time. Let's go 1 on the salvage, and more on the cash this time. Alright, here we go. Featherweight versus whatever weight. I don't know my boxing ranges, so let's roll with it. Try to help out. Oh, that's right, because sometimes they put the NPCs they gotta defend when you hit the ground. Defend, garrison, raid, all the same to me. It's not like it's even 4 mechs, it might just be 4,
We believe we've got the
tanks and
of
stuff,
Shenzhen
too.
Sun. They're at a heavily guarded prison complex, but fortunately for us, pirates are rather
Yeah, see, one of
single-minded.
them's a tank.
If we stage a diversion, we should be able to draw away enough troops for our support teams to extract the prisoners.
Mech signature just popped up. We got a MechWarrior looking for a fight. Let's give them what they want.
Ooh, Northern Lights on Mars again. Blasting a hole in my skull.
Right in the head. Nice shooting, Commander.
Target destroyed.
Commander,
Ooh.
you've got the Ops Force's attention.
Oh, and punched a hole in him.
Converging on your position. Brace for hostile contact.
Such a nice tourist location. Ooh, what's that?
Acquired. New target, dragon.
Wising Dwagon. You guys go work on the dragon. I'll take the javelin. It's on the list. Except they're gonna turn and follow me, probably. Yeah.
New target, javelin.
All right, let's take the dragon.
Target acquired.
So we have 17 targets. This could be a little challenging.
Walk on up to the treasure to pick it up.
Treasure. Ooh, like that light bloom. Or lens flares. Lens flares and light bloom, I suppose.
That's close enough. Ready to start pickup operation. Brilliant. Payload acquired.
There we go. Got it.
Target acquired.
Let's get the small fry over here. Of course he's shooting at me. Ain't got much left.
Enemy mech down.
Target acquired.
Ooh, that hostile's a smoking carcass.
Additional bogies setting an intercept course on your position.
Target acquired.
That was a very sparse base they got here. We got one landing platform and a couple other facilities. Oh, they got some heavy stuff they just dropped off that ship.
Stalker.
Whoa!
Target acquired.
Better move quick, and I don't want to be the one soaking up all the missiles.
Blasted that target into oblivion.
Ugh. Yeah, we got 17 enemies to go. 13 out of 17 to go. It's
New
not my
target
kind of party.
constant.
At least whoever's got missiles on my team is trying to hit the thing. Keep moving, Firestarter. Youch, that hurt. At least this thing doesn't move too fast. I lost an arm. Alright, still got my machine guns though. Can't go for a headshot from behind on this thing.
Target destroyed.
Oh, they got the hunchback too. Okay, so 6 out of 17. Sheesh. This could be a gauntlet. Me with
Your
a
resistance is pulling in more hostiles
ill-equipped
from
for the fight.
surrounding area.
Surrounding area. The other side of the planet? Or the asteroid? Okay, so we've got lights now, a couple tanks, so at least that takes care of a couple things.
Commando.
Oh, the commando, which we didn't take the job for because we never found any. He's just a widow guy. So you got Papa Smurf.
Weapon systems down. Ejecting.
Target destroyed.
Alright, gain some distance from that crap behind me.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Alright, what else is chasing me here? Another commando? Alright, that's 2 down.
Destroyed.
Turn my legs around here.
Target acquired.
That target's a heap.
Destroyed.
Reconnaissance flights show increased enemy presence in the vicinity. Be on the lookout for further hostiles.
Yes, well, the fact that there's 17 tells me if we're not at 17. You can't shoot me and them at the same time, can you, Quick Draw? I can't even see the target. Too many special effects. My torso's about to go, though. We probably got to have... Oh, yeah, this could be the end of me. Yikes. You guys go for that.
Cyclops.
Cyclops... Oh, 2 Cyclopses. Great. Go for the tank, guys. We still got 6 more enemies. There's only 3 of them. Got fire in my cockpit.
Target acquired.
I'm the fire starter, not the fire putter outer. Alright, are they isolated?
Target acquired.
Ouch, something's hit me. No, don't look at me. I don't have the aggro. He's talking about me. Oh, I lost one of the machine guns. Redo. I'll try to survive this, but I don't think the odds are good anyway. Shouldn't be staying still. I got no choice here. Poof! Done! That's still only 12 out of 17. Okay. Even though I could switch, that's still not good on the repair scale. Let's go back to this. I'm gonna... I hate to take the Shadowhawk. Gonna need the armor. Alright, contracts. We'll try this one more time. If not, this is going to be saved for later once we get a heavier mech. So let's go damage coverage at least. Actually, let's go 3 and then cash. Okay. I'm taking this one. And you can have this one. Yeah, it's only increased by 15 here. But we'll try it. Let's say we try that again without the oops.
Hangar doors open. Stand clear.
Yeah, that's right. DJ Shadowhawk dropping in.
Alright, we believe we've got the actual location of Shenzheng's Sun. They're at a heavily guarded prison complex, but fortunately for us, pirates are rather single-minded. If we stage a diversion, we should be able to draw away enough troops for our support teams to extract the prisoners.
Advancing on enemy target.
Wow, those things drop before they even get to the target. Those have no range. That does. In the face. That thing went extra crispy just by hitting the blast from that. What are you doing? Punch back. You know, legs already shot on this thing.
Enemy mech down.
Great, there goes the leg. 17 enemies to go. And my leg's down.
They've detected your presence, Commander. I'm seeing multiple tangos on scope, converging on your current position.
This thing can still move at 60. That's still almost as good as the Centurion when it's healthy. Those are some really big satellite dishes in the distance.
That mech is on our kill list. You know what to do.
New target, Javelin.
Yuck. What the heck? Hold the phone. Looks like a spider just dropped from the ceiling. Unless it was a mosquito. That was weird. Oh, get some random entertainment in there too.
Target destroyed. New target, Dragon.
Wagon. This ain't the animated film. This is the live action How to Maim Your Dragon. Hobble it with one leg. Alright, I'm getting the red on the armor minus the leg. Interesting how the leg went so easily that everything else is fine.
Enemy forces continuing to converge on your location. Stay frosty, Commander.
Thanks for the pep talk. Over the hill. I don't know if that got it. Probably not. I'm still getting lit up. The other mission should have been an indicator of, like, you're not qualified for this. Ugh, they blew him up when I was standing right on top of him.
That had to sting.
Alright, now that I got some range missiles, perhaps I can hang back a pinch here. So we got the Stalker and what, Hunchback? Nope, that was a misfire.
Stalker.
This is going to cause me overheat. At least he's ignoring me. Apparently I'm not the threat. I think the shotgun at close range.
Target destroyed. New target, Hunchback.
For as dramatic and as beefy as that ballistic sound, it doesn't feel like it's doing as much damage. Then you gotta fire in the cockpit again. Alright. I haven't lost any weaponry yet, though.
Enemy reinforcements are spotted in the area. They look like they're heading your way.
Oh, I heard that. I see you. Oh, let's take these guys out first, though.
Target, quick draw. Target acquired.
Alright, so we got the commandos and quick draw, tanks.
Incoming missile.
Hell of a shot.
Oh, I'm in the red again. Oh, there goes the arms. Now I'm not gonna have any ammo. Okay, so we're gonna say that everybody else is fine, seemingly. Well, I don't have the shoulder cannon. It's got missiles. All I've got is missiles.
I need to eject.
Looks like you've got their attention.
Explains why Freeman also is going down. This Shadowhawk is just not durable. All right, so we still got 2 Cyclopses and whatever's after that. Oh, we're still only at 11. That's right, tank and 2 Cyclopses, and we didn't even figure out what's next. I may have to scuttle this and hijack one of theirs. The question is, I have to take the dragon just to pull this one out, pull this one off. I'm gonna stay at range here. That's okay if they don't consider me the threat. That was a miss. Now they might think I'm the threat. Whoa, those things all fire off to the side. Boom! There goes the Shadowhawk. So I want that one.
New target, Cyclops.
They're probably not even using their weapons properly anyway.
Depleted.
Oh, and you left me out of ammo?
Structure failure. Lost something.
Incoming missile.
Get off me. You have no arms, you can't punch me.
Incoming missile.
Ah, shut down, my fault.
Destroyed. Weapon destroyed.
Oh no.
Destroyed.
Great, now I'm gonna have lasers and missiles left.
Target acquired.
Where's my lasers at? I don't even know which weapon group they're on. Okay. They're on one. I guess it's Come on, can we please? There we go.
That will leave a mark.
Oh, great. Now all I have is missiles and the dragon. This is going to be costly if I succeed. Okay, what's left? Still 3 more enemies, and if they're dual assaults, I got a problem.
Scopes are lighting up with additional bogies, Commander.
Alright, we got a light. It's a Vulcan. Or medium, at least. And then there's... Oh, dropship in the back. So, oh boy. So if I got 3 more to battle through, this may not go so well. We're gonna have to come back to this one if I don't. Holy rabbit, have a hat. Okay, well, at least they're lights, or mediums. Yeah, I don't even have an arm to punch him with. No, not the machine guns. Breaking my frame. The hood's all jacked up. That's for I haven't noticed that before. This thing's about to go. Ah, no missiles. No weapons left. I'm running behind these guys. Oh, she's about to go too.
I'm still in this thing. Interrupt shape.
She's gone. That leaves Freeman 1 on 3. I don't think he's got it, even though I punched holes in that Vulcan. That's the Wolverine's not even close. And that's Shadowhawk. Shadowhawk hasn't even been touched.
Sorry, Commander, my mech...
Oh, it's just me with no weapons and fail.
The commander is down. Begin recovery operations.
Begin recovery. Screw all other pilots. Hey, look, this guy's like high-fiving over there. Look at us tough guys. They only had battle through 15 before they got to us. Okay, punching above weight class has exceeded its limit right now, so what I'll probably do is reload the one. Yeah, you can actually take as is and get nothing and like essentially have everybody dead. Now they're all injured. We're good. 9 million in repairs. Yeah, that sounds like a good time. Now we are not letting that stand. We're going to load this again. Yeah, I can't really do anything else until we get more firepower. I've got the pilots, I just don't have the hardware. Well, man, I'd have to go spend on something. And then juice it up. I mean, even if, out of curiosity, what difficulty is this thing? 5, reputation of 5. You know what, so maybe next week, this will be the focal point, because if we get a Warhammer out of that, then we'll definitely have more firepower to work with to come back and take care of this one. This was... Oh, I guess I should have paid attention. Recommended level 8, which we just got to, so definitely didn't do that very effectively. We've got 13 million, and it's going to cost a little bit to fly up here, but again, we've got 3 industrial hubs, so before parting for the evening, let's see if there's any other options we got to buy something useful. That way I got a little bit more to work with. And also collections, so we still need the Enforcer, and everything else is all kill with VTOLs or... Nope, Elite Pilot. And Cantina. Let's check the... anything we need here. It's like we're still stuck in the world of Tier 1 and 2 weapons as well. Can't really get the weapons I'm looking for either. At least this early on. Need more juice. So the Assassin's the rare, considering it's a non-damaged unit. Okay, nothing to see there. Alright, let's Mosquita. See if the pilot's any fun.
I've got a spotless record. Never failed to get a job done and secure a bag. And don't plan to start now.
Wow, interesting. That dude's face is messed up. He's got a spotless record, but his face sure doesn't suggest it. It's an arena specialist, heavy mech, and point blank. So flamers, machine guns, and melee. See, I would need that attribute from my pilot in order to do that. I don't recognize this guy.
Commander. Drinks are on me when we get back.
Alright, anyway, that was fun. Nothing to see there. And if I can't even find anything, then I'll just, like, scuttle this whole flight, too, and we'll just reload from the other position and fly down to the other one since we were already closer. So level 2 large laser, but, man, large lasers lead to overheating as well. Okay, nothing to see there. No hero mech icon. Alright, let's hop up to here. We got 13 mil after spending money. There's a stalker. Stalkers are slow. There's one. There we go. Alright, before we go, though, still check anyway. Nope. Chem lasers. There we go. That'll help. A couple small lasers. Still need, I think, 3 or 4, though, for the fire starter. Stalker. No, it's too slow. Lots of missiles, lots of lasers, but not my kind of mech. Not now. Mostly not ever. Thunderbolt 65 be okay, but it's not one I'm super strong on in the mid size to know how durable it is compared to like others. Definitely prefer the Warhammer, the Battlemaster, maybe the Catapult, the Archer. The Archer, I don't know. The Archer is so missile heavy. Again, missiles are not precise. I mean, they're good for range, but they're not precise. Of course, the precision's not helping me in these other matches where I just don't have the defensive capacity. Panther. Ugh. Not what I wanted. I mean, 2 PPCs and SRM. I mean, for 6 mil. I'd almost take the Marauder over that, except that's so heavy laser intensive. Man, this is usually one of the latter ones I opt for. I mean, it's got a really cool design. The dragon skin, the waves, and the scales all look cool, but even Panthers normally I hardly use, and then to go from that into dual PPCs, which is kind of like sniping, but seemingly without the punch, at least unless other people know more about how to use them more effectively. And then an SRM. And on top of that, it's a lightweight, and it still only goes 64. Sorry, I gotta wait. I can't do that. I mean, if we're going into heavyweight territory, I need something that's got a little bit more something to it. So if I can't find another hop here with another icon, I'll make one last attempt over here. Otherwise, we're gonna have to go take on the next one with what we got. And doesn't look like it. So then all the icons went away. Yeah, so now we're just arbitrarily flying around, wasting fuel. There's another 400k. I think we'll just scuttle and reload from that other one. There's a pilot icon again. Okay. Nothing this time. All right. Okay, well, at least we got a couple things done. We got the Uprising Quelled one complete. We got some jobs done again. At least the jobs are helping, at least the category for the stat boards for those future upgrades. But yeah, only got halfway done with that. No pilot left behind. So we're going to detour, go to that tributes for the Imperator or whatever that one's called. Because again, I'm doing that under the assumption I think there's a decent mech behind it. And then once that's done, once we can get these areas in the Capella Confederation done, we'll probably go back up and work on those splits. I've just been kind of dragging feet because I don't like having to make progress and then undo and then redo. But I mean, I want to just because it'll give a little bit more context for anybody who's looking for the outcome rewards for those missions. But just to play half of it only to choose to undo the other half is not really not really high motivation. So that's all we got for tonight. Appreciate everybody who's been hanging out. I know we had some activity on Twitch. We had Call to Stealth check-in and a lot of bots. And I know we've had a lot of people hanging out with us over on YouTube. So thank you to everybody who's been watching over there. I've been, for the couple of years we've been doing this, I've been ragging on YouTube mostly just because it's the algorithm. But I'm really glad to see we've had some people hanging out with us over the last few weeks here. So thank you for that. Greatly appreciated. And then as far as other things going on this week, we'll have some Metal Slug Tactics tomorrow. And if I'm feeling up for it, maybe on a Wednesday I'll do some Resident Evil 5 Mercenaries. And then Thanksgiving, don't really expect any streams. And then Friday, so mark your calendar for that one. We'll be doing some Last LAN Standing. The target time should be 5 p.m. Eastern. That's usually what we do on those kind of days. So I try to make sure everybody's here. I make sure we got enough butts in seats to have people to play. And then we'll usually stream for a couple hours, maybe go a little bit longer if we get a good momentum, enough people willing to hang around. So that will be the plan. So hopefully see you again this week prior to. But if not, have a good Thanksgiving. And then we'll see you soon.